you think there's more that needs to be done by the FDA to help industry understand when the appropriate uses are?
I think the agency is going to start to develop more guidance around the application of real world evidence for regulatory decisions by both the agency as well as for sponsors. And I think the use cases are going to start to be defined in that guidance, where the agency is going to find specific use cases to use as examples for, you know, where it thinks it's appropriate, where it thinks it's appropriate for sponsors to use some of these approaches to answer certain kinds of questions. But for me, one of the important, sort of inflection points is going to be, there's a lot of methodologies that have been developed in the community of experts about how to apply these approaches to answering important questions and the level of reliability that you could derive from that application. I think seeing those kinds of methodologies adopted by the FDA and then codified in guidance documents is going to be an extremely important inflection point. And I think that is absolutely going to happen. And so, you know, I would try to find ways to try to accelerate that. And you've seen some of that by Congress, frankly, where Congress has directed the agency to develop guidance around certain aspects of this. I think that in the next round of PDUFA for the next reauthorization, which is coming up, I could see a very heavy emphasis on trying to provide resources to the agency as well as direction around some of that guidance development.
Excellent. So, Sai, Dr. Pretorius, do you think industry also has grasped the FDA framework, and what insights can you provide to pharma in regard to any concerns that have come up in your discussions with sponsors and such?
I believe so. I'd like to believe they've grasped it, or we've grasped it. I think the framework by design is broad and is meant to be an indication of FDA in terms of how they want to go about it. And to me, you know, I found it very helpful, and I've certainly discussed it with some of the panelists beforehand too. So I think it's meant to be broad. There are a lot of questions around some of the details, but the process by design will work these out. I think we're very much at the stage where input is being solicited. Guidance is expected next year, if I recall correctly. So I think we'll develop more clarity as we go along. But as a framework, I think it's been very, very helpful.